Today we'll be reacting to Postmodern Jukebox featuring Morgan James performing Dream On by Aerosmith. But before we start, this is a reaction video. It's a commentary video, so I'm gonna pause and provide some commentary along the way, but I'll of course link the full performance below so that you can check it out without me disturbing you. But you clicked reaction, so here we are. I was curious how this arrangement was gonna go in this, postmodern jukebox format. So jazzy.
Every time I look in the mirror,
why does this fit so well?
all these lines on my face getting clearer.
Love her voice.
The past is gone.
So clear.
It went by like dusk to dawn.
This arrangement fits so well with the song. I love how Postmodern Jukebox manages to they don't do it on every song obviously, but they manage to use the 6/8 or 12/8 feel a lot of the time, like the time signature. But oh my god, her voice, it's so clear. And I know because you guys told me the last time I reacted to Postmodern Jukebox with Haley Reinhardt doing Creep, which was amazing by the way, because I was like, I don't know how they make these productions, like if every thing you see is live, or there's a bunch of ways to do these things. But you guys commented and said that normally Postmodern Jukebox do all their YouTube covers completely live and in one take, which makes this even more like
Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues to pay.
interesting tone. Yes.
Sin, you got to lose to know how to win.
Yes, I love the way I feel like it's not necessarily what she's doing, but if I were to make this kind of tone that she makes here, is that called epiglottal horn? That's what it's sort of in Norwegian. But you sort of twang with that horn, like this, and she adds that to that wonderful deep little tone she's got. It's so good. It's not little. I don't know why I said little. Hey.
Half my life's in books, written pages. Lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true.
Yes. I love how she does that because in the original that's like a slide up there, like a really big glissando up there, but she does little trills up there to make it fit this arrangement better, and I love it.
You know it's true. All the things
Love her tone.
come down to you. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord take you away.
That's the long high note. That was what I was going to point out, by the way, that I forgot because I was rambling. But yeah, she kept it very controlled, and it's still controlled. She just gives more room to have. She kept it very controlled. She didn't increase the volume a lot. But here, when she wants to increase the volume, to create that dynamic build and that long note, she's opening more, she's creating room for that resonance to get the amount of air out as well that you need to have that much volume. Because that's the thing. A lot of singers, when they try to belt, including myself, I've done this. I think we've all been guilty of this. When we try to belt, sometimes we give it too much air because we want this big volume, because that's what you think when you think about a belt. You know, you think this big thing. But the trick is actually holding back the volume, because then you get that perfect tone. You get that actual belt. You get the control over your belt, which, you know, sounds way more powerful than sort of a screechy shout, you know? This is so unusual that you get a cello solo. I mean, sorry, double bass solos. I'm used to those because I studied jazz for 4 years, and yeah, I'm used to double bass solos, but hearing that with a cello, I'm used to cello concerts as well, you know, solo cello concerts, classical, but having this jazz solo with a cello, I love it. Cello is one of my favorite instruments, by the way. I love the sound of them. Wow, you know? That build up. Yes, give it. Yes. Serve. Okay. I'm way too excited. Okay. Okay. That build up, that crescendo, if you will, started way over like pianissimo, like piano, like so tiny. And then she built it up into this, and with a growl and everything. Rob, you know who you are. You're the first one who recommended this. You're responsible for all my feelings right now. But also I thank you, because wow. Holding back. You can also tell from our mouth, you know, position. Widening more. All right, we're gonna go back to this part, but I just have to say, after all of that, that was so interesting, because just as I was saying, look at her mouth, because you can sort of tell when she increases the volume by looking at her mouth and the way she opens or widens it. But then there was also, on Dream On, she changed her vowels. She was, at one point she was like Dream On, and then she was Dream On, I think, almost like Dream On. And it was just interesting. These things, you may like them, you may not like them. I find them interesting when singers change their vowels to also accommodate, you know, their technique. Sometimes even if you feel tired, and then widening it can feel like way too straining, so you go more narrow. I don't know her reasoning, but it was cool. It's something to take notice of. Also, you know, her head notes there were great, and I love the way she opens her arms when she goes up. It's just like she's giving room to the note, and also it looks really cool, like Here I Am, you know? It's like a cool power pose.
Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears.
Oh, I love the drama.
Sing
yes.
with me. just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
Yes, breathy notes. That reminds me of It's a New Dawn, It's a New Day. Oh, that's it. Oh. Shucks. Now, that was Morgan James. I'm a new fan. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly, but Artyom Manukyan on cello. Loved your solo. That was brilliant. Thank you so much for recommending this. Practice holding back on your volume when you try to belt. If there's one lesson we take out from this, because she controlled that perfectly. And her tone was super interesting too. Like, she did some mix in her low register that was like a really cool blend between her sort of head and chest voice. You know, that's what generally a mix is. But she had this really dark, cool tone. Really loved it. And she sounded vintage in a modern way, which I guess is Postmodern Jukebox's whole thing. Anyway, I don't know if they have a cello emoji, but leave like a violin emoji. Just, I think that's the closest thing they have. So yeah, leave that. Or a microphone for the singer. You know, she was... Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.